Antonio Gramsci coined the term hegemony, which Oxford Dictionary defines as leadership or dominance, especially by one country or social group over others. And I bring this up because, despite having lived in North America for 2 decades now, I still refer to myself as being very much non-Western because I am neither religiously nor culturally Christian. And what I mean is that Canada and the United States are so heavily influenced by Christianity that, regardless of the religiosity of the population, society is heavily based on Christian ideas. And this may be true for European nations as well, but I haven't lived in any long enough to tell. So a few of these ideas are sin leveling, like the idea that all sins, regardless of how many people are affected or how badly they're affected, are equally offensive in the eyes of God. Therefore, all sins should be punished equally because there's no actual difference between a person who steals a slice of pizza and the toy box killer. If you don't know what that second thing is, don't look it up. It's the idea that the appearance of evil is the same as committing evil. For example, hanging around somebody who's done a specific bad thing is not just tacitly supporting that specific bad thing, but equal to having committed that specific bad thing yourself. And yes, you can extrapolate that to people who hang around people who've done a specific bad thing, because sin is like airborne, I guess. Basically, if someone says you look like the kind of person who does bad things, then you have to shape up, or you are doing bad things. You have to avoid the appearance of doing evil because you're not allowed to defend yourself, and other people aren't allowed to give you the benefit of the doubt. The idea of converting others by any means necessary. The only time sins aren't sins are when you're doing them to, quote, save others' souls, because the help that you're doing outweighs the sin itself. So it doesn't matter if you're lying, or if you and your fellows are bullying someone, or if you're taking advantage of someone at an emotionally vulnerable moment. The ends justify the means when it comes to getting a new convert. The idea of shibboleths as law. I said before that a shibboleth is a term or a phrase that can be quickly used to identify someone as part of a group. Taken to its logical extreme, it means that anybody who doesn't describe their life and their philosophies using the exact correct and up-to-date vocabulary that everybody else uses, then they're either part of the out-group or they need to educate themselves, all while being berated as not being part of the in-group in order to be part of the in-group. And I really want to reiterate, none of these ideas are specific to left or right-wing ideologies. Like, I've seen these ideas everywhere that cultural Christianity persists. The idea of garbage in, garbage out. So the only way to be good is to avoid bad thoughts, because having bad thoughts means you will inevitably commit bad actions. Therefore, you must carefully vet all music, books, movies, etc., to make sure that all explicit and implicit themes are good. And if this sounds impossible because different people see different themes in the same piece of media, then congratulations, you're starting to get it. And like, there are a lot more, but this is getting really long already, and I don't want to be here forever. I'm not saying that these ideas are wrong or that they aren't useful. All I'm saying is it's worth examining if your ideas really are subversive, or if they're just cultural Christianity without the religious aspect.